Have you ever wondered what truly happens when someone reaches their twilight years, especially after 75? Do you ever find yourself pondering what that final journey might really be like? Away from the often scary stories or hushed whispers. Many of us, myself included, have grown up with a very particular, often uncomfortable, idea about this natural part of life. We imagine pain, confusion, and fear, because that is what we are often shown. But what if I told you there are some profound, even comforting, truths about this stage of life that are rarely spoken about? What if knowing these hidden truths could actually bring you peace, not fear? This isn't about being morbid. It's about being informed, empowered, and truly living your best life right up to the very end. It's about facing what is inevitable with wisdom and grace. In this video, we are going to gently uncover 5 hidden truths about what death can really be like after 75, insights that every senior must know to find peace and comfort for themselves and their loved ones. Understanding these aspects can profoundly shift your perspective, allowing you to embrace this final chapter not with dread, but with a sense of understanding and even beauty. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Let's begin with the first hidden truth, one that can bring immense comfort. It's not always painful. This is perhaps the biggest fear many of us carry. Isn't it the idea of suffering, of prolonged agony? Yet, for many people, especially as they get into their late 70s and beyond, the journey towards the very end is often characterized by a gradual slowing down, a gentle fading, rather than intense pain. Think about it like a candle flickering out. The flame doesn't suddenly extinguish. It gets smaller, softer, until it's gone. Our bodies, incredible as they are, often have a natural wisdom about this process. Modern medicine, particularly hospice and palliative care, has also made enormous strides in ensuring comfort. These services are designed entirely around managing symptoms, especially pain, making sure that a person's last days, weeks, or months are as comfortable and peaceful as possible. It is not about prolonging life at all costs, nor about hastening death, but about ensuring dignity and comfort. For instance, my dear friend Margaret, who lived to 92, spent her final 6 months with hospice care at home. Her family told me she was never in distress. She was able to enjoy soft music, gentle conversations, and her favorite tea, all while her pain was expertly managed. She simply became sleepier and sleepier, eventually drifting away peacefully in her sleep. This isn't just an isolated story. It is a common experience for those who have access to good palliative care. Knowing that comfort is not just a hope, but an achievable reality, can lift an enormous weight. It means that you can focus on being present, on love, and on connection, rather than being consumed by the fear of physical suffering. It's about trusting in the body's natural process and trusting in the care available. This brings us to the second hidden truth, which builds beautifully on the first. You will likely know when it's near. This might sound counterintuitive or even a little unsettling, but many people, as they approach the very end of their lives, experience a sense of awareness, a subtle shift, a quiet knowing. It's not a dramatic revelation for most, but rather an internal recognition, often expressed through a profound peace or a gentle withdrawal from the everyday world. The body naturally begins to conserve energy, interest in food and drink lessens, and sleep becomes more prevalent. People might begin to talk about seeing loved ones who have already passed, or express a readiness to go home, even if they are already in their own home. It's a spiritual and emotional preparation as much as a physical one. Imagine Sarah, a wonderful woman I knew who was 88. In her final weeks, she started talking less about daily news and more about her late husband, Thomas, as if he were just in the next room. She'd say things like, Thomas is waiting for me, or I'm ready for my journey now. Her family, initially confused, soon understood she was transitioning. This knowing often brings a sense of calm, not panic. It allows for intentional goodbyes, for final expressions of love, and for a quiet acceptance. It's a profound gift, this internal compass that guides us towards the end, enabling a conscious and often serene transition, allowing both the individual and their loved ones to prepare their hearts for what is to come. It truly transforms the ending from a sudden, shocking event into a gentle, expected farewell. Now that we've discussed the truths about comfort and awareness in the final chapter, let's move to something equally vital. The third hidden truth. Your legacy isn't just about money or possessions. It's about your stories, your values, and the love you've shared. In our society, we often measure success and legacy in tangible terms: the size of a bank account, the assets accumulated, the things we leave behind. But when it comes to the true impact you leave on the world, especially on your loved ones, it is the intangible wealth that truly endures. It's the way you lived, the kindness you showed, the lessons you taught, the laughter you shared, and the love you gave. Think about the people who have influenced you most in your life. Was it their wealth, or was it their character, their wisdom, their unwavering support? For most of us, it's the latter. This truth reminds us that our true legacy is being written every single day through our interactions, our choices, and our relationships. It's the unique imprint you leave on the hearts of others. For example, my grandfather, a humble man who never amassed great riches, left a legacy far more precious than gold. He was known for his incredible stories, his booming laugh, and his quiet wisdom. Years after he passed, his grandchildren still gather and share Papa's stories around the fireplace. His lessons about integrity, perseverance, and the importance of family continue to guide us. He didn't leave us a fortune, but he left us a treasure trove of memories and values that shape who we are today. This understanding empowers you to focus on what truly matters now, nurturing your relationships, sharing your life experiences, imparting your wisdom, and expressing your love. These are the gifts that will truly resonate through generations, far outliving any material possession. It is a profound realization that shifts our focus from accumulating things to enriching lives, beginning with our own and extending to those we cherish. This leads us directly into the fourth hidden truth, which is incredibly powerful for peace of mind. Conversations now bring peace later. This can be one of the hardest truths to embrace because it requires us to step into uncomfortable territory, talking about the end of life, about wishes, about goodbyes, and even about forgiveness. Many families avoid these conversations, believing they are too sensitive or that talking about death will somehow hasten it. But the opposite is often true. Avoiding these discussions can lead to confusion, conflict, and regret for loved ones after you're gone. Having these conversations now, while you are well and able to express your thoughts clearly, is one of the most loving things you can do for your family and for yourself. It's about sharing your wishes for your care, making your final arrangements known, and ensuring your legacy is understood. More importantly, it's about the emotional goodbyes. It's about saying, "I love you. Thank you. I forgive you. And please forgive me." These are the 5 profound statements that can bring immense closure and peace to everyone involved. My neighbor, Mrs. Davison, in her late 80s, bravely sat down with her children and grandchildren to talk about her life, her joys, her regrets, and her hopes for them. She shared stories they had never heard, explained why certain heirlooms mattered, and most powerfully, she expressed her deep love and gratitude for each of them individually. It was an emotional conversation, yes, but also deeply healing and connecting. when she passed away a few months later. Her family felt a profound sense of peace. They knew her wishes. They had heard her final words of love, and there were no unspoken regrets hanging in the air. This kind of communication alleviates burdens for everyone. It's not just about practical arrangements, like a will or an advance directive, though those are important too. It's about tending to the heart, clearing the air, and strengthening bonds, ensuring that the final chapter is filled with understanding and love, rather than uncertainty and sorrow. It truly transforms a difficult moment into a meaningful one. And finally, we arrive at the fifth hidden truth, one that often surprises people and offers the deepest comfort. There's immense beauty in the letting go. This isn't about romanticizing death, but about recognizing the profound, often spiritual, peace that can accompany the final stages of life. We often resist death, fight against it with every fiber of our being, because we associate it with loss, with an ending. But for many, as they approach the very end, there is a natural surrender, an acceptance that brings a profound sense of calm. It's a letting go of earthly attachments, of worries, of physical discomfort, and sometimes, even of long-held grievances. It can be a moment of pure presence, of focusing solely on the love that surrounds them. Imagine the quiet strength of a tree in autumn, letting go of its leaves not in defeat, but in preparation for a new cycle, trusting the rhythm of nature. In a similar way, people often find a deep spiritual peace as they transition. I recall visiting an elderly gentleman, Mr. Henderson, in his last days. He had been a very active, often intense, person his whole life, but in his final week, he was remarkably serene. He would simply hold his wife's hand, close his eyes, and smile. He wasn't talking much, but his presence exuded a deep peace, a quiet joy. His family described it as the most beautiful and sacred time they had ever shared with him. It was a testament to the power of acceptance and the deep, abiding love that remained. This beauty in letting go is about understanding that death is not just an ending, but a transition, a release. It's about trusting in something larger than ourselves, finding solace in spiritual beliefs, or simply in the profound mystery of existence. It allows for a final moment of grace, where all that matters is love, connection, and a deep, abiding peace. This perspective allows us to view the ending not as a tragedy, but as a sacred and beautiful completion of a life well lived. So, there you have it, 5 hidden truths that offer a profound shift in how we might view the final chapter of life. Especially after 75, we've explored how comfort is truly possible, how a gentle knowing can often accompany the transition, how our truest legacy lies in our stories and love, the immense peace that comes from open conversations now, and finally, the surprising beauty in the act of letting go. These are not easy topics, but embracing them with an open heart can transform fear into understanding and dread into a quiet acceptance. Remember, knowledge is power, and knowing these truths can empower you to live your later years with greater peace, purpose, and joy, knowing that you are prepared not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. For whatever comes, small shifts in perspective can indeed make a magnificent difference to your health, happiness, and peace of mind as you journey through every stage of life. If any of these truths resonated with you, or if you have your own experiences or insights to share, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Your wisdom is invaluable, and sharing our stories helps us all grow. And if you found this video helpful or comforting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We are dedicated to bringing you more practical and encouraging content to help you live your very best life at every age. Thank you for joining me on this important conversation. Live your best life, embrace every moment, and remember, you are never alone on this journey.